This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
At BetMGM, we know how to put on a show. So we don't just do offers, we do golden offers like this.
MGM Millions, our supersized jackpot where right now you could win over £21 million.
Get ready for the golden era in online casino. BetMGM, it's showtime.
Minimum 10p game stake. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
The TalkSport Fan Network is proud to be partnering with Lotto from the National Lottery. You know that Lotto's basically the OG millionaire maker, right? You can get involved and play every Wednesday. Crazy. Imagine you won this Wednesday's jackpot. How wild would that be? Rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
Welcome to this special tribute programme of Wire, one of Birmingham City's most colourful characters. I recently caught up with friends of Wire at the Kingshurst Labour Club shortly after his funeral. I never really knew the man. I've met him a couple of times, but I'd certainly heard lots and lots of stories about his famous songs and his antics. Well, now his friends pay tribute to him. Their words of the great man. I give you Wire's tribute. Rest in peace, Birmingham City legend. I'm at the wake of a Birmingham City legend. Some people know him as Dean, some people know him as Wire. I'm joined now by one of his close friends and associates, Bob Lee. How are you, mate?
I'm okay, mate, yeah, it's a sad occasion. But Dean was an absolute legend. My earliest memories of Dean were Birmingham City away at Middlesbrough, and my ex-brother-in-law, Cockney lad, Watford fan, drove the van and we all went down to Middlesbrough. As usual, in the pubs, playing up. Nothing nasty, just playing up. And anyway, it turns out there was 15 of us and these Middlesbrough fans wanted to have a go. So my brother-in-law in his proper Cockney accent said, right, you bloody lot, get over there. You lot get over there. Anybody runs and I'll sort them out. And we run the lot of them. And then we watched the game. I can't remember the score. I've been to that many Birmingham City games. But afterwards, we decided to stop at his pub in Sheffield. This was a local pub, much like the one we're in now, full of bingo playing pensioners, local lads, what have you, out in the middle of nowhere. So Dean goes to the toilets. Dean goes to the toilets and comes running back in, absolutely stark naked, except for his white socks. Starts jumping on the table, and all the old dares are loving him, and they invited us back the next week. Can you believe that? But I think what it was, the gaffer knew he was that far away from here. By the time we phoned the police, if we wanted to get funny we could have, but we didn't. It was just good humour. Don't get me wrong, we could look after ourselves when we had to, but it was just good humour.
And that's one thing that's come across, Bob. I mean, listening to that funeral today, it was different. There was Smiler on there telling stories, his brother telling stories. Some of them stories I want to record because they were just different, right?
Well, you see, the difference is, I'm older than a lot of them lads, and I got married and I drifted away from the scene. But Dean Kenny was an absolute genius. He was so clever. He could talk to anybody about anything. And my dad, God rest him, yeah, them two are up there now together, drinking Samuel Smiths and talking about the time we went on holiday. We all decided we were going to Peyton. I can't remember what year it was. We was all going to Peyton on a lad's holiday. So I'm there. My mum's packing my suitcase, and our mum's gone to me. Do you want to take the electric razor, Bob? And our dad has turned round and he's gone, where's he going to plug it in a bleeping oak tree? And Wire never ever forgot that. Wire and my dad was so close. It was like they had the same sense of humour. But Wire was the sort of person who could diffuse a situation just simply by being clever
and humorous as well.
And humorous, he could cower down, but he could also stand up.
Yeah.
And his knowledge of music.
He was a massive Paul Weller fan, wasn't he? In Small Faces.
He was into so much music, so much music. It was absolutely unbelievable. I love the man. I was with him 2 weeks ago. He asked me to buy him a beer and I refused. Although I'm a drinker myself, I have a drink more or less every day. Sometimes 1 can, sometimes 2, sometimes 4. Depends what shift I'm on. But the man was a genius. The man was just an absolute legend. my sister's wedding, my sister's first wedding. Blues were playing Leicester City at home on the day, and it was decided that we would go to the game, but we would go to the reception on the night.
Yeah.
And my mum, God rest her, she wasn't a drinker, and she pleaded with us, lads, behave yourselves. When you come back, I'll make sure there's some beer in the house for you. We used to drink mild in them days, mild.
Yeah,
Can you believe that?
No, it's, yeah. Was that back in the 70s or late 60s?
No, it wasn't late 60s, it was 70s, yeah. And so we lost 1-0. I couldn't go to maths because I was best man, and we went back to the reception on the night, and we all went back to my mum's house, and it was just absolutely mad. Mac was lying on a mattress in the living room, being sick. My mum laid him on his side and was mopping it up. Wire was just like, wow, look at this H over here. What can we do? There's an organ here. Let's have a play on this organ. And Wire was just like 100% in your face. He was just absolutely amazing. I don't know what else I can say about him.
Now take me back to the early days of the Source Force. Were you a founder member of the group?
I was, yes.
Yeah.
There was me, Johnny Dodd, Mac, or if you want to call him his proper name, Mark Lapthorne, Pid or Perry Lapthorne, and Wire. Yeah. And then we met the other lads, as you know.
Yeah.
And there was also Jimmy French, who I believe is no longer with us. And there was another man who was on equal par with Wire, and his name was Phil Marsh. The man was so intelligent. And the first time we met, we was down the Hunter's Moon, I'll never forget. And like, we were the faces, we were the boys. And he came in with a cape on and that. And I remember saying to Wine and Mac, I'm not having this. So I barged him, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was a bit bigger then. I put my shoulder in, and from then on we were the best of friends, all of us. Hunter's Moon was brilliant.
Is that where your drinking hole was? Because, I mean, I went to Sir Wilfrid's, didn't I? Did you go to school with him?
No, because I'm from Yardley originally.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, I went to school in Small Heath by the Blues Ground, but the Swan was our first place.
Yeah.
And when that got sort of took over by the disco heads, by a well-known DJ who used to work for BRMB called Paul Burrell.
Yeah, I remember him. He used to do stuff at Faces.
He was a good friend of mine as well. Yeah. And we sort of moved to the Hunter's Moon, and it was just like Fridays, Saturdays. But like, the best memory was, you can't do it now because the pub's gone, but Friday night, meeting the Tilton down on the edge of Saltley Gate.
Yeah.
Free and easy in there. Up the town then, Trocadero, here, there, round. Then back up the Eleanor Road for a curry. And on a Saturday morning on the coach, go and watch Blues wherever we was, or down the home game. Go out on a Saturday night, then Sunday. Even if we went to a away game, me, Johnny Dodd and that, like, we were footballers. Johnny Dodd was a great footballer. And like, we'd get home at 5 o'clock in the morning, drunk as skunks, and still go and play football on a Sunday. And then it was Danny Huntsman on a Sunday night. And that was it. So every week.
It was pretty much Birmingham City, the Hunter's Moon, the Swan, drinking, the Source Force.
And looking good.
And looking, well, that was the image, wasn't it, with the mod image.
Looking
finally,
good.
Tell me about when your mum and dad had the phone took off and Wire on the phone.
Oh, God, Wire. My mum and dad, poor, typical Brummies. The phone had been disconnected, and we were just in the house. I can't remember, it was a Saturday or a Sunday. We were doing something. We ended up at my mum's house. And anyway, I never forget, the phone was red. I can still see in my head, the phone was red. And Wire sat down, and he's picked up this phone, and he's having this conversation. I can't remember the things he was coming out with, but he kept us absolutely enthralled for over an hour. We were in hysterics, my mum, my dad, my little brother, my little sister, whoever was there. I can't remember who was there. Mac was there, obviously. Mac was there. Pid was probably there. Johnny was there. And he just had us in bits, just amazing. The man was absolutely amazing.
And I think that encapsulates what the Source Force and Wire and all you guys are about. You're as mad as a box of frogs, weren't you, really, to be fair? Nice with it.
Yeah, we were nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were mad.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to do, like...
Tell me what you done about when you thought you was in a herd of cows, didn't you, outside Hunter's Moon?
Yeah, we went grazing on the island. Yeah, and then we decided that we were going to do a Monty Python and do the horse scene, and we, like, make the noises, click, clap, click, and we just... Another time, I was only, I don't know, I met this girl, and we moved into a flat up by Esbaston Reservoir. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Probably second, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah.
And anyway, every Friday night, all I lived right over by Bassam Reservoir. I used to work up by where the NEC is now.
Yeah.
Although the NEC wasn't there, the train station was.
Mm-hmm.
And every Friday night I'd get home from work, my clothes would be laid out, all pressed, ironed. Off we'd go up to, I can't remember what the clubs are called. Broad Street weren't there then or anything, but we were building up these clubs. And anyway, this one night, for some reason, I ended up on my own. I don't know why. Anyway, I suppose I got the sulk, so I just went home. Anyway, it must have been about 4 o'clock in the morning. Could hear these voices. Bob. And I said, who the hell's that? Like, so I opened it up, and there's Mac, Pid, Wire, and Johnny Dodd. Throw us the keys. So, like, remember, we're in the top of this Victorian house, which is 3 stories high. So I've lobbed these keys out the window. They've totally missed them, took a chunk out of Mac's head. So next morning we've woke up, all got hangovers. So we've decided we need to clean our desert boots, don't we? Because it's Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're going out. So Mac has put this bird's dressing gown on, and Wyatt has got a sheet and wrapped it round him like a Roman toga with a Brian Ferry badge, like the gold emblem, the Brian Ferry badge. And off they go missioning down the road. And there's some old couple doing a garden. The old boy's up on a set of 3 steps. And what's done was he's gone, morning! This bloke's gone, morning, and fell over the edge. See, stories like that, I could go on for days and days about stories like this. You know, these are the stories that stick in my head. Amazed, the man was amazing. But no, not only the man, our whole crew were amazing. Don't get me wrong, we could look after ourselves when we had to, but we didn't want to. We just wanted to go out, drink.
It was about having fun and camaraderie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was like, we're the source force. We used to go on the Rackaflow coach, man. That was our coach for all the away games. We used to do mad things like, I remember once we went to Leighton Orient, and we got there and there was a jumble sale in the church hall. So we all went in and we brought these dresses. We wore these dresses into the ground with lampshades on our heads. You know, and then we played Luton Town away. We won 4-0. And why decided that, because we was behind the opposition goalkeeper, we were going to copy the goalkeeper. So every move he made, we were making. And it was just good fun. Yeah. It was just good fun.
You don't get that fun in football today, Bob, do you? It's a different game today. It's a different era. It's a different culture as well. Sadly,
it's
it
money.
ain't the same.
It's money. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, we've had our hard times down the football. We've had our great times, you know. But at the end of the day, we were blue noses. Always will be. We were muds. Always will be. As you can see.
Yeah.
Always will be. And we were just a source force. And do you know what? I'm 54 this year. I've got a granddaughter now, and I'll tell her all them stories.
Brilliant.
And I can't say any more, mate.
Bob, different class, mate. Thanks for your memories and your reminiscence of a Birmingham legend.
Oh, God, the man was a legend.
R.I.P. Wire.
Yeah.
Cheers, Bob. Thank you.
No problem.
Cheers, pal. Joined now by Evs. Evs, everybody seems to have a Wire tribute and a Wire sensational story. Because, I mean, he was a legend. Tell me about the day that he went into a bit of a kind of Weller outburst.
It was basically a scooter rally in Great Yarmouth, and we were all in a pub, the Gunner, I think it was. And at closing time, around dinner time, we were all chucked out. And as we walked outside, he's grabbed an acoustic guitar off some local tramp and started doing the rendition of That's Entertainment. At the point where the police came up, and it coincided with the verse, a police car and a screaming siren. What more could you want?
Well, you couldn't, and that's the song that finished the great tribute. After the songs of the Source Force, the Tin of Salmon and all the rest of the boys, it went out with That's Entertainment. Paul Weller did send his regards, or the Paul Weller HQ on Twitter, R.I.P. Wire. So the guy has touched many, many people's lives, and that was a touching tribute to the man from yourself and from the service today. I thought it was absolute different class.
Okay.
The hairs on my arm stand on end when you're talking about Paul Weller, anyhow. That was superb, mate.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, Ev.
Cheers, sir.
Thanks for your time. See you later, mate.
Bye-bye.
Keep right on.
Keep right on.
Love your blues
Cheers.
badge on, Ella, pal. Top man. Cheers. Joining me now, the lovely barmaid, Dee, from the Black Horse, the St Andrews Tavern. Sadly, it's closed now, isn't it, mate?
It has, unfortunately. I think it's political, really, and about fights with the brewery and stuff, but that pub will always be there. Whoever takes it on, it'll be a legend in the blues history.
And that was the first time that I'd met Wire, he gave a great rendition of Gino when Tommy said, when Tommy Foley, one of our mates, that's why that is. Just listen to him, Gabba. He's like, you tell me a Wire story.
Wire was an inspirational man and a legend at St Andrews. When anybody thinks of Birmingham City, Wire will be in their thoughts. I first met him in the St Andrews Tavern, like many of us, and down at the stadium in the Tilton. He'd be the one stand up, gearing everybody to sing and get up and singing. I think he will go down in history for he's ever had a tin of salmon. That song is... It's known amongst football fans all across the country, and if you ever get a tin of salmon, you get in a big tin, you get in a small tin, you get it from Tesco's, okay. I think one of my fondest memories though is his quickness, his intelligence. We often entered the quiz teams, and the once he came on our quiz team, we'd never won, we always got the wooden spoon, and the information that he held, he knew everything about anything and about everything, and particularly about Birmingham City. It was his love and his life, and any man that shows that love and passion for anything is a friend of mine.
Oh, well said, mate. Couldn't have put it any better myself. Thanks, Dee. Enjoy your drink.
Yeah, and rest in peace, Wire. Thinking of you always.
Bang on. Cheers, mate.
Joining
me now, sir. What's your name? Fred Perry. It's like the March of the Mods here. It's brilliant, isn't it?
My name's Tor, and my fondest memory of being with Dean on a day out was quite a few years ago now, but I think people will remember it. Well, basically, we used to go to the Cobbs Club in town on a Saturday to watch the FA Cup final.
Was that the Calthorpe Old Boys?
Yes, that's it, yeah. And we were in there, we got in there probably about 12 o'clock one Saturday afternoon, and there was a bookies right next door to the club, and to save people coming out the club to go and put a bet on, the bookie come into the Cobbs Club and he set a table up and he was taking bets on the football, so first goal scorer. There was probably about 20 of us there, and me and Dean was having a bet together, so whatever we'd bet on, I knew exactly what bets we got. So anyway, the game kicks off, and this guy had been sat there for about an hour and a half taking bets at the table, just writing the slips out, so obviously nothing more than that really. So the game's kicked off, and the guy who was taking the bets has thought, I need the toilet. He's been sat there for an hour and a half, so he zips off to the toilet. Within 30 seconds, Di Matteo scored the first goal, fastest goal ever. Fastest goal in an FA Cup final. Boys come back and he went, "We've won some money, son." I says, "What are you on about?" I says, we ain't bets on that. He says, "Yes, we have." Boy has spotted the guy going to the toilet and wrote a betting slip out. Di Matteo, first goal scorer. It was 16-1, and he put £10 win on it. And he's showing me the slip, and I'm thinking to myself, how's he done that? What he's done is watched the guy go to the toilet and gone and put the betting slip in the middle of all these on this table. So me and Wire have spent the next 45 minutes till half time watching the guy scratching his head, thinking, I've got all these betting slips there, he says, but he must be £10 short, because he kept counting the money, looking at, and he's looking at this winning betting slip. So I've gone, no, I said, you can't do that. So anyway, at half time, he's gone up, he said to the guy, he said, I'd like my money, please. And the guy's gone, well, I don't know what to do. He said, I'm £10 short. He said, well, that ain't my problem. He said, I've got a winning ticket. He said, you've got a copy. Only paid him out £160, did he? So we were like, yes, we're having it. So we went on a session that day and spent his £160. Fantastic.
He seemed to develop quite a few of these little situations, didn't he, over the time?
Yeah, because his brain was so fast, and he just seized the opportunity, and I was just like, how did he do that? Just quick thinking, and it was so funny. And as I say, we had a good day on that £160. So sorry to the bookie next door to Cubs, but we had you in the net, son.
I hope he ain't listening. He might want his £160 with inflation.
Yeah.
Cheers,
all
mate.
Right.
Top story.
Cheers.
Thanks very much.
All
cheers.
Right.
Thank you.
Hello.
Joining me now on the Moore Show, King's sensation, Samuel Rogers, and you're gigging as well here, aren't you, mate, later?
Yeah, man, I'm going to do a few Paul Weller covers for Wire. It's got to be done.
Tell me about your memories of Wire.
I've done a gig here, funny enough, at the King's District Labour Club, and he got up, took the harmonica off me, he was like, right then, play Pretty Flamingo, go Manfred Man. So I've started playing, and he's there on the harmonica having a good time and that, and then he's fell off the stage and gone and broke his wrist, didn't he? And it's just classic Wire, isn't it?
It could have been worse. I mean, he could have been playing the guitar and he broke his wrist.
Or broke the guitar, yeah, but that's Wire, and you gotta leave him.
Yeah, he was different gravy. There's so many Wire stories that we're going to try and get onto, and and give the guy the send off that he deserves. They don't make people like Wyatt today, do they?
No, those stuff legends are made of. I'm going to go up and do a few weather songs for him. It's got to be done.
What ones you doing, Sam?
Quarter range route from the Changing Man, Long Hot Summer. I mean, what else? I'm going to do Pretty Flamingo for him because he loved that one.
Yeah.
Dance Entertainment might have been out, so that's got to be done. Then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on a personal level, you're playing on the 14th of September. You're 50 years of the anniversary of the Rolling Stones as well.
Yeah.
A plug for that while we got you.
Yeah, exactly. All good. I'm going to get my brother up to sing the song as well because he's a big Mick Jagger fan and that. So we're going to do Brown Sugar and Street Fighting Man.
Fair play. It's going to be a great day.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that one. It's going to be booming.
And on the Moore show and on the Moore's music show as well that we've got. We're going to back it all the way because you're a superstar, mate.
Sound, Gabby.
Cool, on. We'll have a great set. What time you on? You're on in a bit.
I think they're on until about 4.
Yeah.
So.
I think probably I'll be gone by then. But mate, I've seen you. You're a legend, mate.
Geezer.
Love you.
Take it easy, Gabby.
Still got your blues and your mud stuff on it, yeah?
Yeah, man. Keep going.
Quality. Cheers, Sam. Cheers, mate. Yeah. Moving on from Sam, I'm joined by his old man, Stiff. How are you, son?
All right, Paul. How you doing? All right, yeah, same, man.
Tell me your memories of Wire.
Well, the first time, probably one of the first times I met him, he was playing for Martineau, and I was playing for Archbishop Grimshaw in one of the cups. It might have been the Villa Blues Cup. I think it was about the quarter-final stage, and we was playing up at Gressel Lane.
Yeah.
And due to the fact that our goalie was injured, I used to play up front like centre forward, but I had to go in goals.
Yeah.
And
it's all right.
Wire got an hat-trick, and he's still more than 7 times it's difficult to hat-trick against you. You were crap and all this, that, and the other. But as it happened, we had bad lights, so they had to call the game off. Much to their, fury, they were going mental.
How long was left, Steve, in that game?
About 5 minutes. About 5 minutes. Anyway, the following week we had to be replayed, and I played him in normal position, and I banged about 4 goals in. Must have cost Wire, but he still gives me stick to, he used to give me stick to this dialogue about the fact that he banged an hat-trick past me, but obviously I wasn't a goalie then, but
And to be fair, the game didn't stand as well because it was
offside. Exactly. And we went on to win the. I think it was over the Villa or the Blues Cup. We won both, but obviously,
I'll tell you what. Let's stand round. I'm just gonna. Oh, that's it. The wind's past now. Yeah. This wind round here. We're.
It's Wire. He knows what's going on.
Let's go round the corner. I'm just gonna stop this a bit. We'll go round the corner because we're sounding like a pair of Daleks. Blimey, that's better. We don't sound like Daleks anymore, mate. So.
No. I mean, another story the other week. Well, it was a couple of months ago now. I mean, Sam had a gig up at the New Inns on the Cov Road.
Yeah.
And I'd phoned, twist up one of the lads, and we was having a couple of tots and whatever, while Sam was playing. And next thing you know, there's a tap on me, on my forearm. There's Wire soldering up by the side of me. Hello, Stiff. He's not singing that right. Samuel starts shouting, ranting and raving in his usual way, Anyway, he ends up on there with Sam's harmonica, Pretty Flamingo, blasting away, and next thing you know, he's got the mic, and Sam just went, Wire, this is Wire, carry on. And we left him on the mic banging a tambourine off his head. Quality, you can't buy that.
Because he liked Pretty Flamingo. That wasn't the first time that he'd performed with Sam. No. Sam was telling me when he fell off the stage.
Yeah, he done it here at the Labour Club. What we had to do with Sony one day, and he got up at the end of the night, and while Sam was singing, started doing that again.
Yeah.
And fell off the stage and bust his wrist. I know I'm laughing, but
yeah. We're back on again.
No, but
do you know? I reckon that is Wire just having.
Yeah, he probably knows it's me. That's why, and he's just having them.
Well, third time lucky, Stiff. We'll try it again. I don't know how long this is going to carry on. I don't know if the boy from upstairs is looking down on us. And back on, mate. We've established that it wasn't from the heavens and Wire. It was Mrs. Browne. She hadn't given out batteries.
So where was we? I forgot where we was now.
We're all over the place then. We'd just fallen off the stage basically.
The week after, and I seen him in the arse. He said, I said, how you done that wrist? It's when I fell off the stage singing with your Sam with the harmonica. But it was just everything. I mean, there was one day up the town. We was in the Crown, and just before a Weller concert.
Yeah.
When he was playing at the old Hummingbird opposite Toys R Us there, at Weller, and we was all in the Crown, and he just kept the old pub entertained. Like, must have been for like, about 2 or 3 hours before the gig.
What was he doing entertaining? Was he singing?
Just everything. He'd make a song up about anything, and the next thing you know, there'd be like 20 people singing. That's what he was like. He was just fucking brilliant. Excuse my French, but he was. I went in the loo, and he followed me in the gents.
Yeah.
And I could hear him ranting and raving. I looked round behind me and he was going, "There's no need to push, take your time, young man." And I've looked round and there's a bloke got him wedged behind the door. This bloke must have been about 6'9", built like
an outhouse.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I thought, does he know him or what? And I'm thinking, Christ, I'm thinking, calm down, because when he goes off on one.
Yeah.
And it was like, and obviously he's like taught the bloke round to see the funny side of things, but it was potentially like he could have got rolled up and bounced around like a ball, but in the end even the bloke was laughing, and of course he's made a song up about that as we're going out the door, oh, there's a big bloke beyond the door, oh Jesus Christ, it was just hilarious. Well, the stories of that many, well, you know yourself, and you've only got to ask anybody in there and they'll have a story for you. He was just a legend.
Well, now our batteries are back on, we can get a load more stories.
Well, yeah, brilliant. Well, I'll let you be, and obviously you got a load more people to collar.
Top man, Steve.
Bang on. Loved him to bits, man. He was a star, a superstar. I mean, there was even one time in the Forge, Sam was supporting the Universal.
Yeah.
And we got down there, landed there with Sam. Wire was already in there playing pool with all the lads from Liverpool there at the Universal.
Yeah.
So then Sam walked in. Here's Sam, come on! And he dragged them all over, come and shook their hands and everything, and he's giving Sam a pep talk before he goes on. Now listen, this is what you got to do. Don't introduce yourself. Just play a great big chord. Bam! Let them know you're here, and they'll know it's you, son. And then just go straight into so-and-so, such and such a song. Take it from me. Listen to what I'm telling you. And Sam was going, and then Sam turned around to me, because I think it was one of the first times Sam was to me. He went, "Dad, who's that bloke?" I says, "He's a legend, son. Just listen to what he says. He's a legend, and you won't go far wrong." And Sam ended up loving him to bits, and he was really upset when he heard that he died, because it wasn't that long. Like I said the other week when he was on the stage with him, and it was Sam just smiling and laughing, and it was fantastic to see the two of them, and it's a shame you ain't going to get that anymore. But
I think characters sadly are dying out.
Yeah, well he was Mr. Birmingham, wasn't he? Mr. Birmingham City. Yeah, brilliant. Loved him to bits.
Top man, Steve.
Yeah, thank you.
Superb. Thanks for your memories.
Brilliant, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
I once Browne Stretton.
Okay.
One is Wire. It was in the Bar St Martin's, early 80s, and was just all having a tot. And all of a sudden, Wire's come running up to us, massive smile on his face. He's gone, "Quick, come with us." There's about 6 of us. We've all followed him.
Yeah.
Just followed him into the toilet.
He spent a lot of time in the toilets by all the games, didn't he?
Oh, he liked the toilets. Yeah. And what's he took us in there for? We've all gone in. And he's gone, "Look at that!" And he took to the showed us the pan.
Yeah.
It was this massive pan.
We might have to wait.
The TalkSport Fan Network is proud to be partnering with Lotto from the National Lottery. What would you do if you won £1 million this Wednesday? I mean, would you roll up to the game this weekend in a brand new ride, picking up your mates like some VIP chauffeur, or better yet, scrap the car altogether and book out the entire first-class train carriage for you and all your mates? I'm talking champagne flowing, your own private waiter, the whole squad living it up on the way to the match. Now that's an entrance. You never know, you may be the next millionaire. Lotto's all about those once-in-a-lifetime moments. Rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
Yo, UK! At BetMGM, we give our players sports betting entertainment like nobody's business. Football, horse racing, darts, boxing, tennis, golf, NFL, NBA. You name it, we got it. Offers? You know it. Bet £10 and get £40 in free bets. BetMGM, it's showtime.
New customers only. Exclusions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Did that.
Oh, yeah. And he's going, "What?" He said, "I've just done that." He went, "Look at it, it's two-tone as well." I've got before going, yeah, right, cheers, Wire, for that. Well, we've gone to walk out, and we see this bloke standing there, and we're going, "Who's that bloke?" He went, "I was all right, he's been guarding it for me."
We might leave it in. Because it's always tinged with humour, isn't it, with Wire?
I could not believe it. This bloke's arguing.
Did you know the bloke?
Me, Wire?
No, the guy that was guarding it.
No.
And that's the thing with Wire as well.
He just asked somebody who was in the toilet to guard it for him.
He'd get random people to do random things.
I'm sure he had to come. I'm sure the barman. I'm sure he had to come downstairs from the toilet. Yeah. I think so. I'll get back to the 80s, so I'm not too sure. But I'm sure we've been upstairs to it as well. So it's a bit of a jaunt for him as well.
Cheers, mate. That's a great story. I think we'll leave that. Cheers.
Hi.
Right, next. How are you, mate? How's things?
Yeah, sound. Yourself?
Yeah, good.
This is Steve. I remember Wire, a few things that come into mind, like Wire. I always remember mouth organ, always playing that, R5 after the match, like, we all met in town, going way back to the early 80s.
How far do you go back with Wire? Were you one of the Source Force?
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't, but I knew Wire, meeting him in town, having a drink after the match, like, loads of lads used to come, together, like, and we used to have a right good laugh. And then some of us used to have trousers on, some had jeans. Some went on then to sort of, clubbing and that, like, and some didn't. But, we had a brilliant time. But he was always there playing his mouth organ, and it was brilliant, like,
Yeah.
I remember a few other times, like, and I remember, all these are way back, on a wasteland by the Blues. I think it was opposite Hitchens, coming up from the old Greenway on the corner, Greenway. He was dressed there with Mac, and and a few other lads, like, they were all dressed in as Arabs. They got a picnic table, little chairs, and a picnic basket, like, and the old Bill is saying, come on, like, it's kicked off, hang on a minute, we haven't finished our picnic, like, that was more important, and that really amused me. I thought that was brilliant, like, God bless you. Mac and Wire, they used to live over Damson Wood Way many moons ago, and they had a bear from town.
I'm guessing not a real bear.
Not a real bear, no, not a real bear.
Where did this bear come from then? What was it like? Describe it.
It was a great big thing. I'm sure it was like over 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Where it came from, God heavens knows. That's right. And he's anyway, they got him in pub in town, like in Boogers, I think it was, like, and the police came in to get everybody out, last orders, like, and they're saying, we've drunk ours, but the bear hasn't finished his, like, he's still got a pint. So the police are waiting there, like, for the bear to drink his beer, like, that amused me. Anyway, he ended up, it was around Christmas time, he ended up in their window at the front, instead of a Christmas tree, covered in lights, like, and it was a Christmas bear, like, and that tickled me. The last one, still in the same place where they were living, like, I think it was Mac who came in after a Saturday night, and I don't know whether Wire had come in earlier or Wire hadn't been out that night, which would have surprised me if he hadn't. And Mac comes in, and the step ladders in the middle of the lounge, like, and Wire's up these step ladders, and he's painting the ceiling blue and white. He's painting the ceiling white. Anyway, Mac comes in, and
whose house was it? Was it Wire's house?
No, a place that they were living together. I don't know whether they rented it or whatever, like, but they were living together. And Mac, so I gather, like, Mac comes in and, all right, Wire, like, I'm off to bed, like, and as though it was normal, like,
So he went to bed. What colour was it in the morning? I'm taking.
He went to bed, like, blue and white stripes, like, he'd painted the ceiling. Mac thought it was just another day, like, walked past 2 in the morning, like, oh, right, Wire, like, went to bed. Next day, blue and white, like, but he's a legend, a character, and in my eyes, he's one of the first to go from us lads who used to meet in town, late 70s, early 80s, like, and it's sad to see a character go, like, but God bless him, rest in peace.
But them stories are, most people seem to relay a similar thing of Wire in a toilet, or Wire with a paintbrush, or Wire just doing absolutely mad random things, and when he's doing them, making songs up about these random things as well.
He used to love his music, love his mouth organ, his harmonica, everything about him, like, he was just there. He was the same person if he knew everybody in his crowd, in the bar.
Or even if he didn't know them, he seems the same.
If he didn't know them, he was exactly the same. He'd talk to people, he'd sing, he'd do his little stories to people he didn't know. He'd treat everybody exactly the same, and I wish I was more like that. A bit more conservative, like, but...
Well, we're all different.
Yeah.
We're all different, and I think, rounding it off, that guy was completely different.
He was. But he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He was a legend, and he's a character. He always will be, and he'll always be on my mind. And rest in peace, Wire. I love you to bits.
And sadly missed by many.
Very sadly missed.
Thanks for your time, mate. That was
Thank
superb.
you, Paul. God bless
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, go on, boy.
Come on.
You do your first.
Come on, boys, into the office. Into the office. Big boss groovies going on with the Style Council in the main hall. Tell me a few Wire stories. You're only talking to me. You're only talking to Gabby. Just, West Ham, Sheffield. Just, spin the yarn.
I got 3 stories. First one, I was 14.
Yeah.
We played West Ham away, first game of the season, 84. The train basically got nicked at Euston, and they turned the whole train back and nicked about 200. Is that correct? Something they did.
216.
They nicked 216, turned the train back. While I was on the coach, got to the ground, and it was in the days where you was in the away end and you had literally about half a metre.
Yeah.
And you had West Ham next to you. West Ham was spitting on us, coining us, going berserk. There's like 200 Blues in the away end. Half hour gone, typical Blues. We're 3-0 down. Tony Cottee debut. We ended up losing 4-0. He got 3. About 20 minutes in, we're getting hammered. They started singing. Wire started singing 100 Wheels on My Wagon. And I'm still rolling along. Those Cherokees are after me, throwing spears around my ears, but I'm singing a happy song. And it goes on, higgity-haggity, they start doing actions to it. You're throwing spears, you're throwing a spear, you're riding a horse. Got all the way down through half time. Literally about 15 minutes to go, we got down to 10. Got down to 10 Wheels on My Wagon. And everyone just really went really hard at it. Finished, all the West Ham hooligans who were literally like a metre away from us started applauding. Even the coppers.
Yeah.
Everybody was just applauding at the Blues fans, thinking, what are you? I mean, I'm a kid, I'm like, this is absolutely fantastic. We didn't know the train had been nicked or anything, and it was just mad. My next story, I was a little bit old, I was about 17, just on the fringe of drinking, knew what drink was. Went to Sheffield United away, night game, again, we took 250. We won 2-0, Peter Wigg scored, and everyone hated Peter Wigg because he was on loan from Sheffield United. And they lined up, originally they lined up about 7 or 8 of them in front of the goal, because Sheffield United had a big terrace, and started doing shapes, and everyone joined in.
Who's that? Is this Wire?
This is Wire, Matt the Mod.
Yeah.
A few of the boys just lined up, but Wire was the one who stood in front of everybody. I think it was Wire, might have been Matt the Mod, but
Wire seems to have been the leader of the Source Force in terms of being kind of like, boys, this is what we'll do, singing the songs and making it all up. The orchestrator.
I don't know if he's the leader or the orchestrator, but I think he's one of the ones who you notice more.
Yeah.
There was other people there, but you always notice him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was Matt the Mod or Wire. I think it probably was. It might have been Wire, might have been Matt.
Yeah.
But he stood in front. He stood with his back to the goal, instructing everybody what to do. So he stood there and he'd go starfish, and basically 100 people would just go
starfish,
bosh, and do a starfish. House, everyone would do a house, square, and this went on for about 20 minutes. And like, obviously it's the 80s, the police are quite, present, the stewards, and they're just standing there looking at you thinking, nah, this isn't right, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And that went on, and my one after that was about 1991, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously I was well into lager that time and drinking and understood what it was, and we played Shrewsbury away.
Yeah.
On the way to the ground, about 11 o'clock, we went past the skip and we found a donkey, the ones you get in Spain.
Yeah.
And we took the donkey out the skip. Vince Overson had just left Blues to go to Stoke, and he was a hate figure, so he was Vince Overson, the donkey. We took him everywhere. We got to the ground, we're queuing up to get in the ground, and Wire turned up with a box of Winner-Lot.
Okay.
And he was eating the Winner-Lot, asking everybody if they wanted some Winner-Lot. And he went up.
Did you have any Winner-Lot?
No, I didn't have any Winner-Lot, but he's actually eating it.
Was it the Winner-Lot?
In the green box.
So it's the biscuit stuff.
Yes, the biscuit Winner-Lot. And he was eating it. And he went up to the police, and he went up to 2 coppers, and he offered, he said, would you like some Winner-Lot, gentlemen? And they looked at him, and he went, it's really nice. And he just got a scoopful and went, and ate it. And he actually ate it. We're like, oh my God, we're like, we're still kids, but this is like, this is brilliant. Then he saw our donkey, and he started feeding the Winner-Lot to the donkey. We actually went through the turnstiles, with us with a donkey and him feeding this donkey Win-A-Lot, and I just basic. I just can't. You could just see the faces on the stewards, on the staff, everyone, even Blues fans, just thinking, "You're crackers.
You're different class.
What are you?" And it's just so funny.
You wouldn't get in the ground today, would you? To be fair,
well, not with a purple Spanish donkey and a box of Win-A-Lot. I actually don't think you would get in the ground. Yeah, but it was just like we're singing Vinci Overson to the donkey, and he's feeding it Win-A-Lot and eating Win-A-Lot himself, but he was just. Basically, he's just Mr. Birmingham City. It's just, fantastic, a lot of them. But he was the one that I suppose because he was the stupidest, the silliest, he's the one that stands out of the 7. There was probably maybe more than 7 or 8, I don't know. Yeah. But the one that you see was always Mac the Mod, who you recognise because of what he dressed like, and Wire because he was so daft.
Just so balmy, as daft as the brush, a little bit like Basil.
Yeah,
moving on to my mate Smiler. How are you, son? How's things? I mean, you're a big mate of
It's a sad
Wire.
day.
Yeah.
I said everything I wanted to say at the funeral, really.
Yeah.
Memories are golden. Too many. Hopefully the stories you've heard from other people will give you a flavour.
What's your favourite Wire memory? I know it's been a long day for you and it's been a very stressful day as well.
Yeah, it has been a very stressful day. I mean, I haven't got a favourite memory. As you heard at the reading, he's been a big part of my family life. I was best man at his wedding. He's my son's godfather.
Yeah.
If anything had happened to me, God knows what would have happened.
Imagine leaving your kids with him.
Fair play to the missus, we did a deal. I'm not religious, I'll come to church, but Wire's got to be the godfather.
Yeah.
So those are, I was there at the Source Force forming in the 79 at the Swan at Yardley.
And that was a sad story you told about your father's passing.
Yeah, as I said, my dad was a drinker as well, unfortunately, and used to say to me, I don't want to live till 14, and I guess in them days 40 was considered old. I'm 51 now, I'm still having the time of my life.
Yeah.
And he committed suicide before he got to 40. He was 39, and as I said at the story, we were at Crystal Palace in the FA Cup, and only your best pals can say what he said to me.
Yeah, you say, mate.
Which was, I can't believe it, Smiler, your dad's died and we've lost 1-0 to Palace in the Cup. And I'm not sure deep down he understood which was worse.
Yeah. But again, for other people that don't understand that, and that's just the way that some of us are, and it's that Brummie humour as well, isn't it?
Yeah. The humour is what's kept us going, and part of it is hoping most people don't understand it.
I don't think they do understand us.
And that's the whole point. If you follow Birmingham City, you've got to have a sense of humour. We know we're rubbish. We know we're never going to do anything. We had the time of our lives 2 years ago when we won that cup and went to Europe. We went to every game in Europe, and of course we took the Source Force songs to Europe. We sat in a bar in Maribor singing Ever Had a Tin of Salmon, and you've got the locals looking at us like we're mental. But the locals in Maribor could have been the locals in Middlesbrough, West Ham, Chelsea. And as I've followed England all over the world, we've been in bars all over the world, and I've started singing songs. Wardy's been there, we've all been there, and they've half heard some of these songs at the grounds, not had a clue. And we've got friends for life by following England in these bars, singing these songs. As Martin said in the wedding, at the funeral, it looks like it's going to get on top. You sing a few songs, they realise your blues, and before you know it, you're drinking with them and you've got friends for life. We've got friends all over the country.
And that's the thing with Birmingham City. I think that's the thing that's been misrepresented. We are just football supporters, and we love to get on.
Of course there's been the football hooligan side, and no doubt about it, Blues have got that kind of reputation, and I'm not going to say otherwise. And a lot of the things we're telling you were happening then.
Exactly.
Which made it all the more funny, because all you'd see the next day, there was a row here and a row there. We've had the time of our lives in a pub just 2 minutes up the road. Come home, gone out, and we've done the same with England. My wife's phoned me abroad, are you alright, are you alright? We've watched it on the TV. We've been oblivious. We've been in a bar, away from all the idiots, having a few beers, and
drinking,
singing, all the Source Force songs. Dean never travelled with us with England. He was adamant he wasn't going to follow England. He was just a Blues fan, and that's fine.
Right, we're talking now about Wire's dog.
I think you might mean Sir Reginald Busterfield Esquire OBE MBE DOG dog. When Dean took him to the vets,
you're joking,
they call that full name out and then finish it with Kenny. Because they do that,
know you take your dog, they put your surname on the end.
It's okay. What kind of dog is it?
It was a miniature Jack Russell.
Okay.
He didn't know he was a Jack Russell.
Yeah.
Because they're nasty little
They can
fellas,
be.
aren't they?
Some of them can be.
They even like the postman.
Oh, right, fair play.
He used to fornicate with Dean's cat. His name was the Black Fox of Kilmarnock.
It's a bit like Animal Farm, this is a story about the dog. Right, let's have a
Strange told you the story about the two Jack Russells.
I think Browne, we're going to...
I'll tell you a better one. Kelly, you played a part in this. We're in the beer garden at the White Hart.
Yeah.
I've said, let Sir Reg off his lead. He'll be okay. Dan goes, no, he won't. Kelly's just walked in the beer garden and he's gone down Gressel Lane like a greyhound. Dan and I was very, very drunk.
Yeah.
Running down, stopping the traffic. Got to the Sheldon Hall, right? Chased him around the car park. Someone's left the door open. He's found him in there with his paws up at the gravy bowl, helping himself.
Got the 3 bears in it.
That was Sir Reginald in a nutshell.
Oh, dear God. We're gonna catch up with Brains, I think, and he's going to tell us another one about this famous dog.
Brains is funny. Do you know Brains' story?
We haven't. No,
It's much better than mine.
I'm gonna let Brains record one.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna find him in the bar.
I'm brother, aren't you?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've spent many an hour in the White Hart myself.
We'll see,
yeah. Right, for now, see you in a bit. That's the top dog story.
Take care, sir.
Catch you later. Cheers.
From an early kick-off in the Sunday League to the final whistle at Wembley. From local heroes to international icons, groundsmen to gaffers, grassroots to golden boots. When it comes to football, it's everyone's game. Wherever you're listening across the UK, get your mates together with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Right. Joining me now on the Moore Show with our tribute to Wire. It is on the radio, yeah. There's no camera, so you're all right. So you don't have to put your hair and stuff.
That's okay. Dean's been a very close friend of ours for many, many years. Grew up with him. This is one tale. Came round to our house one summer's night in a taxi. We were in bed. And he knocked the door, bang, bang, and my husband put his head out the window and went, Dean, what you doing at this hour? He said, still early.
What kind of time was it, can you remember?
It must have been about 11:30 at night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And he said, Dean, what do you want? He went, come on, mister, let's go down King's Standing. I've got to sort somebody out. He said, sort somebody out at this time? He said, no. He says, I've got work in the morning. He went, oh, please. Please, he said, come and, help me. So anyway, Bill, in his wisdom, said, hey, I've got some CS gas from France. He says, I can't go, I've got work in the morning. He says, I've got an early shift. Have this. He said, sort it out, just spray it like this. Dean goes, okay, that'd be fine. So he jumps back in the taxi. Off they went. We live in a cul-de-sac. So, all we could hear then is beeping off a car. And it was beeping. Bill went, what the hell's going on? So we looked out the window. Taxi's there. Dean only decided just to check that it worked. Taxi driver over on the windscreen.
Is she choking?
Huh? Well, he was joking and choking at the same time. Yeah. Poor old Dean was blind for a few moments. Yeah. But he did get arrested. But apparently, he did get arrested, bless him. But that was before firearms was included, CS gas was included in the Firearms Act, but he got away with it.
Should we just say that it was fairy dust for, for
yes,
the radio?
Fairy dust.
So we got the fairy dust and then he just let it off.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Oh, well, that's just one little... Yeah.
That's a great story. I don't know whether we're going to be able to hear that because the police might come round your house.
No, but I didn't give my address, did I?
No, I think we'd better just somewhere in Chelmsley.
Okay then. And there's the one where...
Is there anything else that's going to imprison you?
When everyone, cash points and first happened...
Don't tell me you robbed it.
No, I never.
Oh, thank God for that.
Oh, no. But my husband had a new cash point card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a PIN number.
Okay.
And Dean said, can you buy me a tenner? And my old man goes, yeah, I'll buy you a tenner. He said, I've got a card. He says, just go to that machine, take a tenner out. I goes, yeah, good idea. What's the number? Put the number down, all that. Week's wages went.
Yeah, I'm guessing that wasn't the brightest of ideas from your husband either.
No, but I've got loads. No,
he was a lovable rogue, wasn't he?
Well, can I just say,
yeah.
Very, very good friends, and loads of tales. I could be sitting on this wall all evening telling you. Oh, yeah, but his choice of music could be a bit better.
I don't think so. It's Paul Wellett's the jam.
I know, but he could have played ABBA once in a while.
Okay, moving on. Have we got another story here? No, okay. You're not seriously really into ABBA, are you? I don't think Dean would have played ABBA.
No, but it was his second wedding.
Okay.
I went to the first as well.
Yeah.
Hello, Stella, if you're listening.
I've had two as well.
Went to the wedding and they're playing all the,
romantic music.
Well, no, it wasn't romantic.
Oh, okay. It was a wedding.
It was a wedding. It was all Paul Weller. I mean, I haven't got a problem with jam.
Yeah.
I'd rather have marmalade. No. But honestly, playing it all, and I said to the DJ, excuse me, DJ, do you mind putting a bit of ABBA on, a bit of Dancing Queen, get the mood,
Yeah.
No. So all I'd done is took the plug from the wall.
You were very brave.
I was. I'm still here. Oh, and then what happened? The whole circuit blew, so...
It would if you took the plug out of the wall and
poured
water over it.
I know, but he couldn't even get it connected. It went on. We had to play I Spy with My Little Eye.
Who won?
Not me.
Right, I think we'll leave it there. And we're trying to get Brains, and we're going to leave Brains' dog story for another day, because that is legendary, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll leave that for another day.
And by the way, can I just say, Percy?
Can I just say Percy?
Percy, how old are you? I thought so.
41? You're having a laugh, aren't you? How are you? Yeah, good, mate. You're not even 41, are you?
Huh?
You're just 41? I thought we were the same age.
I was about 30,
No, I thought we were the same age, Percy.
How old are you?
I'm coming up to 50. Right, I think we'll leave it on that one. Right, I think finally, with the tribute day to Wire, your name, and let's have your memories.
My name's Steve, and I was listening to Six Music on DAB about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Phil Jupiter on the breakfast show. He suddenly came out with this thing that these Birmingham fans sing these songs about sauce and cake and sausages, and that was what he said. And I tried to send him a text. It never went through. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was exactly the thing.
That was probably the day when Wire and the Sauce Force and Smile and all the boys there were singing mad songs to West Ham. And the ones that actually wanted to go out and have a row turned round and shook their hands and like, fair play, you're all barmy. And the one thing is that we're all football supporters, and there's that camaraderie, and us as Birmingham City fans I think are a different class. There's a humour, there's a personality that I don't think anywhere other than St Andrews or when we go to away games that is ever duplicated.
I would agree.
And I think we're gonna end on that. Smiler's going to send us the Source Force songs from the George, and we're going to play out to that entertainment. So, good night, God bless, keep right on, rest in peace, Wire.
God bless our brother.
We are the boys from the bicycle show, and we don't sell
can't get that down the villa.
Everyone's in the summer. Everyone's in the summer's rain. Beggars roll it up, afraid no summer, no summer. Get a little, get a sporty, get no Tesco's. Okay.
The TalkSport Fan Network is proud to be partnering with Lotto from the National Lottery. Make this Wednesday one to remember. You've got to be in it to win it. Lotto is the original millionaire maker, where you could become the next millionaire. Rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
Yo, UK! At BetMGM, we give our players sports betting entertainment like nobody's business. Football, horse racing, darts, boxing, tennis, golf, NFL, NBA. You name it, we got it. Offers? You know it. Bet £10 and get £40 in free bets. BetMGM, it's showtime.
New customers only. Exclusions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.